Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen, or welcome if you are new. I am Denise, and today I am going to start out my kitchen happenings with making a homemade spaghetti sauce. The other night when I was doing my homemade hamburger helper, I used my last homemade spaghetti sauce. So I need a pound of hamburger and a pound of pork sausage. These are still slightly frozen. So I'm going to get this browned up. Okay, my hamburger and sausage is pretty much cooked. I don't have a lot of grease in here, so I'm going to do the paper towel trick. Get as much of this out as I can. Okay, that's drained. Now I'm going to add in one large diced onion. I already chopped half of it. I just got done running this under cold water. Helps with me not tearing up. Okay, I'm going to add the last of this onion I had in the fridge. The last of this little bit I had in the freezer. I'll be restocking both of those today. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of salt and some pepper. Now I need garlic. And I'm going to add some crushed red pepper flakes, because I didn't grab my hot sausage that I just bought. I grabbed a regular. So I'm going to put a little bit of those in. And a tablespoon of garlic. And I think I'm going to add the green bell pepper that I have chopped in the freezer. Turn that down some. Won't do all of these. Probably 3/4 of a cup worth. Alright, now I'm going to add 12 ounces of tomato sauce, or tomato paste. Alright. Now I need 2 tablespoons of sugar. calls for 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, but I'm going to go with almost a full tablespoon because after all, it's spaghetti sauce. And then I need fresh parsley, but I don't have any fresh. So I'm just going to, calls for a 1/3 cup of fresh. I'm going to put in a tablespoon of dry. Alright, now I'm going to add in a 15-ounce can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. They actually shrunk these down to 14.5. So that's what's going in there. And then I need a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. And then I need a 1/2 cup of beef broth. So 1/2 cup of water and 1 teaspoon of this broth-based beef flavored. I need 1 teaspoon. I have this down on low. I'm going to put the lid on it and let it simmer for at least 1 hour. So while this is cooking, I'm going to be doing other things I'll bring you along for. I just wanted to get a start on this because it's going to have to cool before I can get it in the freezer. So I'll bring you back when I start something else. Alright, while my spaghetti sauce is cooking, I went ahead and put my sugar snap peas into cold water with vinegar. And they have been soaking for a good 3 minutes while I was getting all the grapes off the vine. Now I have these in cold water with about a 1/4 cup of vinegar. Vinegar kills bacteria that may be on your produce. So I'm going to let them soak for 2 minutes. And rinse off my peas. I'm going to lay down a clean kitchen towel so I can dry them off a bit. The peas and the grapes. My spaghetti sauce has been simmering for an hour. I'm going to shut it off. Just let it sit here. So it'll continue to simmer for probably a good 1/2 hour yet. So leave that there. Now I'm going to rinse off my grapes. Lay them out here so they can dry off. Alright, now I have some peppers. I'm going to get these cleaned up and then I'll bring you back. All right, I got the bell peppers scrubbed up. Now I'm gonna put the grapes and peas away. I love sugar snap peas. I can just eat these until they're gone. All right. And I'm going to try freezing some grapes and see what them are going to be like. I heard they're a nice cool treat. And we are going to be having some hot weather again this week. So I'm going to take those down and put them in the freezer. And the rest I'll just keep up here in the fridge. Take those down in a bit. And now these colored bell peppers, I'm going to slice half of each one and put them in a baggie for fajitas or something like that. And then the rest I will just chop up and put in a freezer bag. So I'll have sliced and diced. So I'll get this done. And then I'm probably going to chop up an onion, because I used all them up. I like to keep them in the fridge. All right, I'm just going to get some slicing and dicing done. All right, now I am going to let this spaghetti sauce cool. I have sliced and diced tri-colored peppers going in the freezer, a little bit of chopped onion, and chopped onion for the refrigerator. I'm going to put these down in the freezer. Okay, now I am going to store our asparagus. I put them in jars with a little bit of water. I soaked these in vinegar water for 2 minutes. Just stand them up in here. And then I'll put them in the fridge for when we want asparagus. And that's how I store these. And once again, I have to take care of the lettuce. So what I'm going to do is chop most of it, but I'm going to keep some lettuce leaves for sandwiches. And then I'll spin it dry and store it in glass containers. So I will bring you back when I start the next thing. Okay, my lettuce is all chopped, rinsed, or soaked in vinegar water and then rinsed. And then I spun it dry. And then I soaked my lettuce leaves in vinegar water and spun them dry. Relatively dry anyway. So now I'll have some lettuce leaves for a sandwich or two. All right, there is that. Head of lettuce, prepped and ready to go. Okay, while I was putting all that stuff in the fridge, I found some shredded mozzarella cheese in there. I don't have any plans for this upcoming week, so I'm going to add it to the bag of shredded that I had in the freezer. That way it won't go to waste. And I found 2 partial blocks of cheddar cheese that I'm going to get shredded up and probably put in the freezer. I'm not sure yet. I know we're having nachos one night this week. Yeah, I'll keep a little bit out for our nachos. But the rest I will put into the freezer. All right, I'll put this into a small container into the fridge. Now we have shredded cheese on our nacho night if we need it. And now I'll get a freezer baggie for the stuff I put in the freezer. All right, shredded cheddar and mozzarella cheese for the freezer, and shredded cheddar for the fridge. Get this mess cleaned up and then I'll bring you back. All right, it is many hours later, and I have done many things in between this time. But now my spaghetti sauce is really close to being cooled down. So I'm going to put it in these containers. I don't know how many I will need. So I just grabbed a handful of them. And then once it's cooled completely, I will put it down in the freezer. I will label it and date it. Oh, this smells absolutely amazing. It is so good. All right, I got 4 containers of spaghetti sauce. I'll let these cool completely and then take them down into the freezer. All right, now I'm going to make our seasoned pretzels again. I need to preheat my oven to 200 degrees. I'm going to use these 2 1-pound bags of mini pretzel twists. the seasoning mix, I need a half a teaspoon of dill weed. And a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And a half a tablespoon of black pepper. And 1 package of ranch powder mix. So that is 3 tablespoons. Whisk this up. The recipe calls for 12 ounces of butter oil, but I just use regular vegetable oil. And I don't use a whole 12 ounces, I just do between 8 and 10. I'm going to pour this over the pretzels. Stir them up and sprinkle the seasoning mix on here and stir again. All right, these are going to bake in the 200-degree oven for 2 hours. And I'm going to stir them every 20 minutes. Okay, friends, the seasoned pretzels are done. I took them out of the oven a few minutes ago. They're cooling down. I'll store them in this container and we'll have pretzels to munch on.
All right.
Okay, thank you for spending this time in the kitchen with me. If you like kitchen content like this, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.